typically wintertime in Los Angeles is kind of cold outside. So you want the hot tub to be a little toasty. You know?
Should we be wearing shorts though?
Optional.
Nude clothing optional.
It just feels a little awkward.
And you are a man who knows hot tubs. He's been around some hot tubs, so it's a pleasure. Jeffrey Steele, thank you for coming in tonight.
Pleasure. Hey everybody.
I think a lot of people here know, your history. I feel like, there's some early parts that I would love to discuss because, I first came upon your music as a member of, when you were a member of Boy Howdy, right?
Whoa, yeah.
Right? That's how
late 80s.
Late 80s.
Back in the Duet Yoakum days.
Yes, you are officially from Burbank, California.
Burbank,
right?
California. Let's hear it. Come on. I grew up in the valley and I spent 25 years of my life playing every honky-tonk in Southern California. So I got my education here, kind of.
That's where it begins. How did the band sort of begin for you? I mean, where did that start?
Well, there were two guys. They were brothers playing guitar in the band, and they were looking for a lead singer, bass player who could write songs. And I was just playing in bars all around Southern California, and their bass player quit. One guy gave me a call and said, "Hey, would you come down and fill in?" Yeah. So I went and filled in, and the next thing I knew, I was in the band. And,
wow.
And that was
those guys hit the jackpot. As a front person and a songwriter. Yeah. Man.
It was a great time here. There was a lot of country music going on here at the time. And I remember we were playing places in Bakersfield. From Bakersfield, we would play Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, and then we played Duarte, we played Santa Ana. I mean, there was always just nothing but country gigs out here. It always baffled my friends.
You had LA radio support at the time, there was a lot of good roads. And you were kind of, when you came out, for me, you were sort of capturing that Bakersfield sound, Yeah. It felt like, it was outlaw style coming out of California. You were competing with Nashville and that establishment.
It was the Bakersfield.
It's the Burbank Bakersfield. But we all grew up in California, so we were exposed to so much music. Yeah. And we were trying to do like a heavy metal bluegrass fusion.
Sure.
Bakersfield,
before
that thing, that whole thing.
Even, And what are some of your influences now? We've been playing a lot of classic country artists tonight,
Pretty much all the stuff you're playing is stuff my dad dumped on me when I was a kid. But the biggest ones were probably Christopherson and Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, and then Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, the Stones.
Only that Down by the Seaside song.
Just
that one.
But I had two older brothers and sisters too, so I got everybody's music.
That's great.
It makes my little stew,
So you sign a record deal with Curb Records, you're off to the races, you're getting, radio embraces it, you start getting,
Wait, you're going a little fast. When you say radio embraces it?
All right.
That was about a 3-year turnaround.
That took some time. That's true.
But you buy your first yacht.
Yeah, but eventually they did, and we finally got a couple songs played, and that was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool feeling after sleeping in the band for about 3 years,
Yeah, but you had a great run,
We did. We had a great time.
Big singles, and at that point, I love She Give Everything. I know that, Gerald Levert, was it Gerald Levert?
Gerald Levert.
Did a big R&B cover of that song. They were both #1,
Which was pretty freaky.
A great moment. And, country R&B crossover,
And that's the first time I realized songwriting as business career choice. Does that sound right?
Sounds
career path.
But I had no idea that was the deal. And so, I learned quick that if you got the words right.
Yeah. So when did you do it? That was the moment then you said, okay, I'm not only going to write for myself, but I'm going to really, write these songs and co-write songs, for other artists. Was it, that or just?
It's just the band broke up in '93, and I came back to Nashville and just kind of saw what the deal was, and just kind of fell into it. And I felt like for about 4 or 5 years, I just kind of fumbled around trying to figure out what I was all about. And then at some point, I started just writing what I really wanted to write, the life that I'd lived up to that point. So that's how I got into the songwriting thing. And there were a lot of things that played into it, but mainly it was just wanting to see what I could come up with. And when I lived around here too, this is I was thinking about this the other day, like I would always tell people, because they knew me as a rock and roller. They used to see me at the Whiskey and Madame Wong's and that place.
Sure, of course.
And playing in rock bands. And so when I told them I was playing country music, they would laugh at me.
Yeah.
So in the back of my head, I was like, I'm gonna try to make up some songs that are cool that people might like.
Yeah.
Across the board.
Yeah.
Because I always hated getting laughed at, for singing Merle Haggard songs. And I loved them,
Of course, and that's punk rock at the time, I mean, there's no form, you couldn't go more punk than like early country, that was good edgy stuff. Well, and you kind of come full circle then with the rock sort of thing, because you truly, as an artist, took like that outlaw rock and roll perspective to your writing and your solo career, and you made some great records. Some that have been wildly heard, and some that haven't been so heard.
Some that have been regionally heard.
Exactly, but for
Tri-County.
For the connoisseurs of Jeff Steele out there, you should search out and get these records because they are fantastic.
Yes.
Are they available on iTunes or even?
Yeah, iTunes, website.
They're still out there.
Blah,
Okay.
blah, blah,
Yeah.
They're all over there, and they're still making them, and and that's been kind of the blessing of being able to make a record. Is that's been a way for me to get the songs recorded by other people too. So
Yeah, of course.
all this hand.
I know you've been spending some quality time with the family of late,
Yes.
but I think at this point you are kind of focused on a new chapter for Jeff Steele, right? You hooked up with Daryl, right?
Daryl Franklin.
Yeah.
We've started a new. Just basically management, publishing, production company, and we're signing new writers and developing them and new artists and just trying to, just get to the next thing, the next type of music.
The next Kevin Sharp. Was it Kevin Sharp? Wasn't that one of the original, artists that you produced? And that's it,
A
right?
long time ago.
Oh yeah, we go back sometimes. We go back,
We do go back though.
No doubt.
Early 90s, right?
Jeff Steele has played one of the original Hunnypot theme nights. We did
2000 BMI
big country party at the Highlands, RIP the Highlands, Hollywood Boulevard. Fantastic evening, and we are going to have a fantastic evening tonight, Jeff. So tonight you're going to play a little sort of cross section of what's been.
I usually tell myself I'm going to play a whole bunch of new songs, but then I end up playing a bunch of old songs. But it's just however it goes.
Throw it all in. Exactly. Well, what do you think? Should we get to it?
I'm up for it. You guys up for it?
All right. That's
So good to see you.
Good to see you, Jeff, for sure. It's been a pleasure. Absolutely. All right. Well, let's rearrange.